If you want tips on how to deal with children as an adult, you came to the right place. Sit back and enjoy. Ignore all boundaries. Kids love it when adults completely disregard their personal space and boundaries. So, go ahead, ask them intensely personal questions right off the bat. Their faces will light up with joy, I promise. Use complex vocabulary. Want to ensure a child understands you? Use the most complicated words you can think of. Kids absolutely adore being talked down to in a language they can't possibly comprehend. It's a great way to boost their confidence. Assume you know best. Remember, you've been around the sun a few more times, so you obviously know what's best for them in every situation. Ignore their opinions and feelings. It's for their own good. Keep the sugar coming. Kids love sugar, and there's absolutely no downside to giving them as much of it as they want. It definitely won't result in a hyperactive child that eventually crashes into a mood swing. That's just a myth. Never admit you're wrong. Adults are infallible, and it's important for kids to learn this early on. If you make a mistake, just double down. It teaches them about the unwavering certainty they should aspire to, regardless of the facts. Technology is the best babysitter. If you're tasked with looking after a child, just hand them a tablet or a smartphone. It's the perfect way to avoid engaging with them and fosters deep, meaningful relationships with screens. Never explain yourself. Children should learn to follow instructions without needing any explanation. Providing context or reasoning behind your decisions only leads to unnecessary questions and independent thinking. Laughter is suspicious. If children are laughing, they must be up to no good. Best to put an end to any joyous activity immediately. Seriousness is the hallmark of a well-behaved child. Use fear as a motivator. Nothing gets a child to comply quicker than a good scare. Whether it's threats of mythical creatures or dire consequences, a little fear goes a long way in ensuring obedience. Feedback should always be sarcastic. Children absolutely understand and appreciate sarcasm. It's not at all confusing for them and always results in a positive learning experience. Patience is overrated. Kids need to learn that the world doesn't revolve around them. So, if they're trying to tell you a story or show you something, feel free to show your impatience. It builds character. Ignore their interests. If a child is passionate about something, make sure to ignore it completely. Better yet, suggest alternatives that you prefer. This teaches them that their interests and passions are trivial and that conforming to others' expectations is the key to happiness. Comparison is key. Always compare them to their siblings, friends, or random children you read about on the internet. It motivates them to improve themselves to meet arbitrary standards and fosters a healthy environment of competition and jealousy. And last but not least, creativity is messy and unnecessary. Discourage any activities that could get messy or encourage creative thinking. It's much easier to keep things clean and orderly when everyone is just sitting quietly in a corner. Thanks for watching. If you want more of these life-changing tips, like and subscribe.